What happens to the demand for physical silver when the price gets clobbered like it did last week? I have some very interesting information for you about the physical silver market. I just got off the phone with one of the major bullion retailers here in St. Louis. This is a big, major operation. He said something to me. You know when somebody says something to you and you're like, very interesting, like not just one light bulb, but like a series of bulbs go off in your head, like a little string of Christmas lights? Well, that's what I just had. I'm going to share the information with you. Let's dig in. If you're an investor in the silver market, you know the multitude of reasons to buy silver. The demand for silver, right? Solar panels, I'm not going to go through the whole list. Industrial use, everything, supply, demand, everything else. But what happens on a week like last week? Silver was clobbered, right? I mean, it was a horrible week for the price of silver. You'd think that people would be running to the local coin shop, the bullion dealers, and buying all that they can. But according to the nice gentleman at my local bullion dealer, that's not what happened. And this guy went as far to say this. Basically, most people are really dumb. I don't think he's talking about us. And what he meant by dumb is that the average retail investor will buy silver as it's going up. But when it goes on sale, like last week, they have no interest in adding to their stack. So I said, well, since I'm not dumb, maybe I'll come in and look at the silver you have today. And he said, well, we don't really have any silver. And I was like, what? What do you mean? You just said people aren't rushing in to buy it. And that's where things get very interesting. Hey, if you've suffered through any of my videos, you know that on a daily basis, I put out content on the gold, silver, and precious metals mining sector to help you navigate the choppy waters that we encounter. If you could like my video, subscribe to my channel, or even share it like on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, I sure would appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. Without you, there's no Ron's Basement. So there's no silver, but there's also no line of people around the building trying to buy silver. I'm like, what's going on? And he said, yeah, you know, most people are dumb, right? Like when the price drops, they don't, you know, the general retail people, the small people, they don't buy silver then. They buy it when it's going up, when it's expensive. He said, but, and this is where it gets very interesting. He said the people that are coming in, the people that did come in, they bought huge quantities. So the smart money, the big money, essentially what he said was coming into the store and wiped them out of all of their physical silver. Again, that's the smart money. He then went on to inform me that I could come in and order some silver, but I'd have to wait at least 6 weeks for it to get delivered. Now look, I'm not trying to tell you there's no silver available. You can go on to eBay and buy 10-ounce silver bars. I've checked. There is silver available. But from my conversation with him, what I learned was that the big money, the smart money, is buying large quantities. And even though we don't have a complete, you know, dearth, if that's the right word, shortage of silver, you know, there is some available. However, it is very scarce. And the silver that is available is at a huge premium to the paper price on the Crimex, whatever they call it. So to finally wrap things up, I'll reiterate to you what I learned today is that the small scale silver investor wasn't buying over the last week as the price collapsed. But the big guys, the big money, were moving in and buying large quantities of silver, and that the overall supply, at least on the retail bullion level, is still constricted, still under stress. And that, in the long run, will be constructive for the price of silver, and we should see better days ahead. Look, no crystal ball, no investment decisions based upon what I shared with you, but I am glad you're here. You're always welcome in Ron's Basement. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate your support. You can subscribe right here